Let's walk through this example of dividing mixed numbers. So we've gone over how to divide fractions, and we know anytime we have mixed numbers, we will first have to convert them to improper fractions. So that is where we're going to start off here. And we know in order to do that we're going to take our whole number. So in this case, 6, we're going to multiply that by the denominator, so 5, and that's going to give us 30. And then we are going to add the numerator to the product of that. So our numerator, which is the top number here, is 4. And when we add that, we get 34. And that value gets placed over your denominator of your fraction. So in this case, 34 over 5. And we will follow that same process for the other mixed number. So we'll take our whole number, multiply that by our denominator. So 2 times 8, which is 16. And then we'll add our numerator, in this case is 1, to give us 17. And that fraction is going to be 17 over 8. All right, now that we have that, we know anytime we're dividing fractions, we are going to use KCF, which stands for keep, change, flip. And we'll talk about exactly what to do with those. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit for you. So we have KCF. K stands for keep. What does keep mean? It literally means we keep it as it is. So that stays as 34 over 5. Change, what does that mean? It means we change from division to multiplication. And flip, what does that mean? It quite literally means we just flip that fraction. All right, so now that we have this multiplication problem, we know that when we multiply two fractions, all we're going to do is we're going to multiply straight across, super simple. But you guys know that I always would recommend to you dividing to start. So, sorry, I'm trying to move this over so you can see it larger. So we always check the reciprocals to see if we can simplify first, because sometimes when we get left with those larger values, it's harder for us to identify common factors. So we're going to take a look. And I see 34 and 17. And I actually know that 17 plus 17, or 17 times 2, equals 34. So I can identify that these both have a common factor of 17. So I'm going to divide them both by 17. 17 divided by 17 is going to cancel to 1. And 34 divided by 17 is going to cancel to, 2. And I would always recommend, if you're unsure, checking to see if your smaller value is a factor of the larger one, because that would always be a really good way to reduce. All right, I'm going to check the other ones, 5 and 8. 5 and 8 actually don't have a common factor. I know 5 second multiple would be 10, 5, 10, and 8 is below that. So those would not work out. And now that we have this, we can just go ahead and multiply straight across like we do with fractions. So I multiply my numerators, 2 times 8, which is 16. And I multiply my denominators, 5 times 1, which is 5. Right now I'm left with an improper fraction, and I know that my best form would be to convert to a mixed number. So remember, in order to do that, our division symbol literally means divided by, so just divide. 16 divided by 5, I know 5 times 3 is 15. I'm left with 1. Remember, that top value is going to be your whole number once you can't go any further. Your remainder is going to be your new numerator, and you keep your denominator as it is. That means this can also be represented as 3 and 1/5. So those are your two potential answers. Remember, mixed number would be the correct form to leave it in. And that is how you divide two mixed numbers. Hopefully that helped you.